this time the highest point of the outer rim is the correct point of the unbalance. Add corresponding lead weights to this position. All right. Okay, wait a second here. Hold on. Well, this is standard balance mode. Yeah. Okay. Aluminum, 3 aluminum. The lights mean different things for different settings depending on what you're on. But all 8 lights are lit up where it's at now. So at the 12 o'clock position is where I should put, according to this, 1 ounce of weight. Well, that's kind of hard to do with stick-on weights. So hold on a second. All right, so here's what you want to do, guys. What you want to do, you want to get you a China marker, which is, this is a pencil and it's got a piece of rope here. You pull this rope down and then you peel this off to uncover the crayon looking thing there. Use a China marker. You could use a Sharpie if you wanted to. It'd be hard to see because it's black, but if you had a different color, you could use it. But you need something to mark the tire with, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the tire. I'm going to look at the shaft coming out of the machine, and I'm going to mark the tire directly above the center of that shaft. So I'm going to mark the tire right about there. And I'll show you all this on the next one I do. Okay, then I'm going to rotate the tire 180 degrees. And I'm going to take a wire brush and I'm going to clean the inside of the rim. Clean it really good with a wire brush. There's a little bit of rust in here, so I want to try to get as much of that off as I can. Alright, get a nice surface there. Take a little bit of brake parts cleaner, spray it on the area I just wire brush, wipe it off with a rag, make sure there's no residue on there at all. Alright, and it's right where my mark is at, and then I'm going to take, these wheel weights are 1/4 of an ounce each, so 4 of them would be 1 ounce. So now I got a choice here. I can either take all 4 of these and lay them on there, or I could break these in half and put 2 on the inside and then 2 next to it, you know, beside each other. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave all 4 of them together like that, because I may have to add a little more weight, and if I do, then I can add it on the inside of this one. Okay, so I'm going to leave all these together. If it was like 2 ounces or 3 ounces, I would probably break them up, because you want all the weight to be as close to the spot that you mark as possible. So now I'm going to take these wheel weights and I'm going to find where my mark is on the tire. There it is. And I'm going to stick them, try to get them centered on the mark. Alright, there we go. And you want to press them down really hard. Make sure they stick. And you can even take your hammer tap on them a little bit, and maybe grab them and kind of try to move them. They're stuck pretty good. They're not going anywhere. All right, then we hit the machine to start it again, and let's see what happens. Hopefully I did it right. It says I need a 1/2 ounce. Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. right there. And where is that? Okay. Now it says I need a half an ounce, but it's at the position it says I need a half an ounce. My weights are like, that's a 12 o'clock position. My weights I just put on are like a 10 o'clock position. So what I've learned in my life is if you go back to where you put the original weights on and you add a quarter of an ounce there, then it should compensate for this half an ounce it says it needs. So I'm going to try that. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I'm going to try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quarter ounce weight, one weight, and I'm going to put it on this side of the weights I just put on there, which will be towards the area that it said it needed a half an ounce. So I'm going to put this on there. Hopefully it works because these are stick-on weights and you only use them once and you throw them away. So I'm going to try that. And I'm actually going to stick it just a little ways away from the other weights. Just a little ways. All right. Okay, let's try it again. See what happens. Look at that. Can you see that? It worked. Here, let me show you that. All right, let me get my flashlight here. Hold on. All right, so you guys see, it said I needed a half an ounce of weight, but if you look, see if this thing will let me. No, it won't. Okay, let me get you in here. There, you see it says I need a half an ounce, or it said I needed a half an ounce. I put a quarter an ounce, but I didn't put the weight where it said to put it. I put it here. Let me show you where I put it. Okay, we'll get you down here. Now, so here's, get my flashlight here so you can see it. All right, you see that? So the four weights right there are the first ones I put on. Well, then it said I needed a half an ounce over here somewhere. So instead I added a quarter of an ounce just a little ways away from those weights, and it came out perfect. So that's, you'll learn that if you use the tire balancing machine. That's tricks you learn, using it. I've done this 1,000 times in my life. So, but that's a trick you can learn to get a wheel to balance better. If you put a set of weights on and it says if it says you need a weight that's exactly opposite of these up here, then you put too much weight on this. You have to take a little bit off. But if it says you need a weight that's like I said, that was a 12 o'clock position. It was back here. It's a 10 o'clock. Well, all you got to do is just add a half of that amount, just a little ways away from the weight you just put on, and it compensates for what you need over there, and you use less weight on the wheel. I like to use as little weight as possible to get it to balance. So that came out perfect. All right, now let's set you guys up here. Let me see. I'm going to set you up. Try to get you right in here where you can see what's going on, so understand everything. Okay. Hopefully you can see this. All right. Is that good? Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh boy. Well, my battery's getting ready to go dead, so let me shut this off, and yeah, well, let me put a new battery in here. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but let me shut it off and I'll put a new battery in. Hold on.